Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Revia Priska Wasyanti. I'm sorry I'm late in sending my assignment because I just recovered. I hope my assignment can still be accepted. Hi everyone. On today Teach Time podcast, we are lucky to have Sam Logan, a well-known digital journalist, with us. So, Sam, what interesting teaching topic would you like to talk about today? Hi, Brett. Today, I'd like to talk about some of the reasons why we shouldn't automatically believe everything we read online, and how false information spreads so easily with the help of technology. One of the reasons for this is a phenomenon known as circular reporting. Circular reporting? What's that? Well, it's basically reports which are based on other reports rather than on the primary evidence of source. To the reader, it looks like the information is coming from several different independent sources, which normally means in the bit trusted. But in actual fact, all the reports are based on each other. Imagine a piece of false information is published, for example, on Wikipedia, and then is referenced in a newspaper article of other publication. Then, in turn, the original Wikipedia entry reference are quote the article as validation that the information is true. In a nutshell, in the confirmation of false information by more than one publication. Okay, let me see if understood this correctly. So, someone reads an article on Wikipedia which contains some false information. That's right. False information which is not referenced or checked and in no way is obvious as being false. Okay, and then this false information is copied from Wikipedia by a journalist and included in a newspaper article. Yes, or other type of article as if it were true information. And then Wikipedia references the newspaper article which verifies the information in the original Wikipedia article as being true. That's right. And sometimes it's not just one newspaper article that cites the false information. Several publications might include it, and so it becomes very difficult to prove that the original information is false. Let me give you an example. A few years prove that original information false. Let me you example. A few years ago, a 70 years old American student was on holiday with his family in Brazil. He spotted what they believed to be a frog, but which was in fact a typical Brazilian raccoon called a chuati. When the boy got home after his holiday, he went online and checked the Wikipedia entry by adding the name Brazilian artwork to the information on the article, a sort of joke. And then he forgot about it and thought nothing more of it. However, what started to happen was that articles and blogs began to quote the information from Wikipedia, and then those articles were re-reported as evidence in Wikipedia. Before long, everyone was talking about the Brazilian artwork as if it were factual information. So, when information makes its way from Wikipedia page into a published article, the article could be spreading false information without even realizing it. Exactly, it makes you wonder how many hoax initiated by people in this way have ended up as truth in many people's mind just because people copy and paste a finalized Wikipedia page. That's not to say that all information on Wikipedia is false by any means. There are a ton of really valid information there. It is constantly being updated. Many people consider it to be the most updated and unbiased encyclopedia in the world. However, it is the open structure of Wikipedia compared to a traditional encyclopedia which makes it a target be tampered with. So, we just have to be aware that there might be certain amount in inaccuracy on Wikipedia. Yes, and it's also worth mentioning the curricular reporting is not just restricted to harmless information like to Brazilian artwork, isn't it? No. For example, some time ago, claims that certain fake vaccine could cause autism in children were published is a prestigious medical publication by a British surgeon. The problem was that unsupported claims were picked up by media and the news spread like wildfire. Soon, and now the general public were understandably confronted about life risk and book number of parents refused and of to finish their children. Consequently, in recent years, we have seen an increase in the number of children suffering childhood diseases such as measles. By the time the claims were proven untrue, the damage was done, and even to this day, some people still believe that there is a link between vaccine and autism. It just goes to show how difficult it is sometimes for the truth to be heard. Absolutely. So, in practical terms, how can we be sure that what we are reading is true? We can take certain steps, such as checking the original source of the information and, if at all possible, checking that the original source is reliable and not just taken from their Wikipedia, Facebook, or the media. Right. So we need be a little more critical and not just believe everything we read online. That's right. Also, it's difficult because we want information quickly and immediately, so it's not always viable and to spend time checking the source of information, even though we should certainly try and reflect on the information and decide ourselves if we think it's true or not. If you feel unsure about the validity of certain information, then there's no harm in looking into it further to check how true it actually is. That's very true. We often take things at face value and don't really take the time to think critically about them. Thank you very much, Mr. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.